who's this kid that thinks he's going to train me?
Much more critical sometimes, which is good. I like it.
He knows exactly what he's doing and how to push you further.
He's adapting himself to a new context, that's for sure.
This guy is really good at what he does. He's really excellent.
He definitely has a gift, and he's a very good leader as well.
Pritam, vélocité, gentillesse et force.
We actually moved to Kolkata in 2000 for education. My parents moved from Bihar. I started my schooling in Kolkata and met Jungle Cruise from one of our senior boys. His name is Sudu, and he took me to the club. So when I started going to play rugby into the field, I was not practicing, but I was just watching how the people play and all.
वो छोटा था उस टाइम से जब रग्बी खेलने जाने लगा तो हम तो बहुत गुस्साते थे चोट लग जाएगा कुछ हो जाएगा.
I used to see that or used to hear that, look, your brother is fighting there, look, your brother is fighting here. He was very naughty.
His family were very unhappy with him, and so there was this kind of scramble for him to find a new school, and I got a little bit involved in that, hearing about it and being involved in it a bit.
इससे क्या होगा बार-बार हम बोलते थे गोसा तुम ये क्यों करता है इससे क्या होगा हम लोग गरीब का परिवार है.
डर भी लगता था कि कहीं पैर हाथ टूट जाए.
And slowly I got in, like I started training and all.
First came to Jungle Crows, young skinny little kid, always enthusiastic.
And yeah, I've been associated with Jungle Cruise till today, so it's been a long year.
Actually, the rugby changed him totally. It was in class 8, he got failed. So, he got admission in next school. From there, he was studying, and from that time only, he started playing rugby. And when he was going practice, like from whole family, you should study. But he continued his rugby.
रग्बी खेला कर सकती से यहाँ गया. ये हम बच्चा में नहीं समझते थे कि मेरा बच्चा इतना आगे जाएगा.
And that's how I finished my class 10. I was not really a good student, and then I got an opportunity from Jungle Cruise and the scholarship called Nesha Yugrad for full 1 year undergraduate studies in America. It was fully funded, and it was a really eye-opening for me, like how much education is important. When I started playing rugby, it was only about rugby, but slowly it was more into education. For then I realized Jungle Cruise itself helping so many kids for education. So I think it's very important for me to get, as a senior player, as a leader, I have to get better education.
He was helping to set up a little rugby program within his college. He had all these different international friends, and he really thrived in that with that opportunity. And he took on a responsibility to try and help other young people, other children, to sort of step up their commitment, their level of responsibility.
Jungle Crow, there have been lots of children who didn't saw school in the future or will not see. From there, Paul and Jungle Crow took them and they made them what they would not deserve.
So after coming back from America in 2015, I really wanted to head back again to study more in there. It was not possible as my scholarship was for only 1 year. So that's how I found out this master's program. I decided to choose Paris. It's better, I want to explore Europe, which I've never been to. At the same time, rugby is much bigger in France, and that was one of the most important reasons which pushed me to go to France.
हमको गर्व होता है, खुशी आता है, इससे बहुत आनंद आया. थोड़ा गया तो अफसोस है, दूर गया, लेकिन अब खुशी, अब बहुत अच्छा लगता है. मेरा बच्चा अच्छा हो गया. जहाँ रहते हैं उसके लिए जरूर याद आता है मन में. भगवान सबको ऐसा लड़का दे.
Whenever we see that he is playing with the Air Force team of England, and whatever he is traveling to Europe, Africa for training young boys and young girls, it's very proud moment for me and even for his club.
So when I landed in Paris, it was very different when no one speaks, like very less people speaks English. But I mean, it's fun. It's something to get into where you need to manage. You need to cross the barrier. You know, you need to go through it. So I met a guy through Instagram called Marcus Rubin.
Pritam contacted me last summer. He basically introduced himself. He explained what he was doing and the charity he was connected with. And we had a good conversation back and forth. Judging by the reaction from my clients, our clients, it's been super positive. It's been fantastic. Everybody loves Pritam.
I asked him like if you can hire me for your work, and he asked me to come and meet, and I met him, and he offered me a job for personal training.
There's a particular type of client who likes to be worked hard, who appreciates Pritam.
He really knows exactly how to push you to a certain point. The other thing with Pritam is that I know he's had a lot of challenges in his own life and he's overcome them. And so if you say, I can't do this, it's too hard, and he looks at you, you kind of feel a bit ashamed because you know that he's done way harder.
I saw him on Instagram, I can't remember how. I was Googling best English-speaking personal trainer in Paris, as you do, and he was the first person that came up, and so I contacted him through Instagram. It's a very intense session with Preet, you know.
Preet is, while you're working out with him, you hate him and you call him a jerk, but as soon as it's over, you really respect him and tell him how much you appreciate what he's done for you. Preet is always pushing you to do a few extra things and makes you do more than you can ever believe possible.
Pritam's lifestyle in France, the way he's living in general, he's always working hard, waking up in the morning at 5 a.m. 5:30 he's working, training his clients. As soon as it's over, he runs to university, get back home, go to his rugby trainings, do his fitness training, and every day it's the same again and again.
The good thing with him is never self-censure, so meaning it is open to talk about things. There's no barriers, which is important for me. There is no ways he's limiting his openness to the world. He's trying to understand what's going on. I see in his eyes, because my way of teaching is to give sort of ideas up front, but also suggesting we can deeply go, and usually I see in his eyes he's asking for more. So it's much more easy and relaxed to teach when the students are showing in his face what's going on. It's something very important directly, and so his presence is totally different in a class in this way, that is emotionally, intellectually very in the class.
He takes control of the sessions, he's in charge of the sessions, and the client never feels any doubt about that. You know, they know their position.
I really enjoy it because it keeps me busy. It brings me to a lot more new people, new opportunities. The money I earn really helps me, and the scholarship, kind of food and other expenses like travel expenses, and was helped by Jungle Cruise, and the tuition fees, so that really helps me a lot.
I reckon through using the medium of rugby, I understand that they help underprivileged children in Kolkata, in the city, and outside the city as well, from what I've been told, and to help them, just to help them through life, just to help develop them, and to give them to understand camaraderie, sportsmanship, and give them also the financial help to get an education.
Et cette saison, nous avons eu la chance de rencontrer Pritam, qui nous a contactés via le site internet du PUC pour voir s'il était possible de jouer cette saison avec nous. Donc une fois qu'on l'a rencontré, il a participé à plusieurs entraînements avant de prendre la décision si oui ou non il pourrait venir jouer avec nous, parce qu'au départ c'était un peu compliqué de par sa situation et d'où il venait. Et on ne savait pas très bien si on pourrait lui faire une licence parce que, étant donné qu'il avait évolué dans plusieurs championnats en dehors de la France, c'était un peu compliqué pour faire la licence. Dès qu'on a pu la faire, on lui a tout de suite signalé que c'était OK et il a pu commencer à s'entraîner pour pouvoir jouer avec nous. Donc il faut dire une chose, c'est que le PUC est un club universitaire et qui a cette habitude à recevoir des joueurs qui viennent toujours un peu des quatre coins du monde.
It's been really exciting, really good to see him step up and take on responsibility and do really good things, and also to see hundreds of other children trying to follow him, using him as a role model.
And I want to take it back, I want to take it back to Calcutta and the Crows and motivate all the other guys and boys and girls. A lot of kids from Jungle Crows, they message me, they give me update.
मैं उनसे फर्स्ट टाइम मिला था जब मैं यहाँ पे विंटर कैंप खेल रहा था, सो उन्होंने हम लोगों को बहुत कुछ अच्छा बात बताया, जैसे लीडरशिप क्या होता है, टीम बिल्डिंग क्या होता है, रग्बी वैल्यूज़ क्या होता है। सो वो हम लोग के साथ वेरी फ्रेंडली रहते हैं और वो बहुत मजाक भी करते हैं हम लोग के साथ।
Those kids are messaging me, calling me, giving their updates about school is really something very different. I always heard like bhaiya match, bhaiya training, this, that, but now they understand that they have to study and that's where they can move forward and they can bring changes in their own family.
Et c'est pour ça que Pritam s'est retrouvé dans cette ambiance-là. Alors aujourd'hui, Pritam, depuis le début de la saison, il est en train de s'intégrer progressivement dans notre groupe, parce que ça n'a pas été tout de suite facile, car il y a la barrière de la langue. Donc ça nous a, obligés à faire beaucoup d'efforts en anglais déjà, donc à reparler anglais, c'est très bien. Et Pritam, on l'oblige à parler français avec nous pour pouvoir participer aux entraînements. Et ça avance, mais pas assez vite à notre goût. Alors Pritam est un joueur qui est explosif et ça c'est sa qualité première. Il est très très rapide, très solide dans le sens où il a un physique qui est vraiment très costaud, donc il supporte énormément les impacts.
In meanwhile, while I'm staying in Paris, I got a lot of other opportunities to involve in, to promote Jungle Crows and I went to Madagascar to play for the Royal Air Force, the Spitfire 7s. There's a movie coming on up on Jungle Crows called Jungle Cry. Went for the promotion in the House of Lords. That was really a great achievement and experience to be in the Parliament of UK. I can never imagine being here ever.
Pour la période des vacances de Noël, Pritam nous a dit qu'il revenait en Inde pour voir la fondation et pour animer des stages de rugby. Donc à cette occasion, on a récupéré tous les shorts et les chaussettes et des maillots que nous avions tous. On a fait un sac et Pritam les a pris pour justement les amener là-bas en Inde et pouvoir les utiliser lors des stages.
My long family, any kid, anyone had never ever dreamed about studying abroad or doing MBA or going to Madagascar or playing rugby around the world and playing rugby in Paris for a club in a real way. So it's something which my parents still did ask me 100 questions. How is it possible? How do you manage this? How do you do that? It's very different. It's unreal for me sometimes when I live it. I would like to thank Jungle Cruise first of all. I would like to thank my family. I'm so blessed that my parents understand the value of education and they brought me to Calcutta from Bihar. Thanks them and thanks to supporters like Spitfires, Royal Air Force, who supports us, and Atlas Foundations, and all and every single individuals who supports our Jungle Cruise Foundation and Khelo Rugby back home. It really makes a big difference.
Together.